Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to the May update for Hitman 3, the 3.3 update. And this is going to be all the stuff that's going to be in the update itself, all the patch notes and stuff like that. So I'm going to go from the top. So I'm going to leave the blog post link in the description if you want to follow along with me. I'm going to put the most important stuff on the screen though. But yeah. It says the Hitman 3 May patch arrives on Monday the May 10th, so it's just a couple of days away, and signals the start of Season of Pride. As the second act of the 7 Deadly Sins content, the Season of Pride brings new premium content and a full 5 weeks of new and returning content, including featured contracts created by the Hitman community. Before all of that, we need to get the game prepped and ready with a new patch, which will bring fixes and improvements across the board. Challenges and trophy achievement fixes, lighting updates, and a 60 FPS performance mode on Nintendo Switch are all coming your way in a few days' time. So let's get into the nitty gritty. So the May patch details. Hitman 3 will be updated to version 3.3 on all platforms: PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PC, Stadia, and Switch. Patch release will be Monday 10th of May. 1 PM UTC, 3 PM Central European Summer Time, and 6 AM Pacific Time. Maintenance starts 1 hour before the release of the patch on all platforms. The game servers for each platform will come back online once they've been checked and verified. As such, there is no set time for a maintenance window. Updates will be posted on the official IO Interactive Twitter account. So last time, I think the previous update took like, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. It took a long time, but you know, there isn't a set time on these things, and it takes as long as it needs to. So the patch size is going to be around 3.5 gigabytes on all platforms. For Stadia and Switch players, they do not need to download or install the patch. They will get access to the latest version when they launch the game after the above patch release time. New content. 7 Deadly Sins Act 2 Pride. The 7 Deadly Sins in Hitman 3 started at the end of March with Act 1 Greed. Hitman 3 players are invited deeper into Agent 47's mind to explore the Pride Profusion escalation and take ownership of new items and a shiny suit. The Pride announcement trailer gives you a sneak peek of what to expect on May 10th. So here is the trailer, just in case you haven't seen it already.
"47, 47, can you hear me? You need to wake up."
Don't listen to her. We don't need her anymore. What does she know? Sitting behind her desk, telling you what to do and not getting her hands dirty. You are much better than that. You are the apex predator. Show them how it's done.
So the concept of the escalation is an intriguing idea about basically how you go about tackling the escalation will change the outcome. So I'm interested to find out what that's all about, but obviously it's just an escalation, so we'll get to that on Monday once we can get around to it. But in the blog post it goes on to say, also on May 10th we'll premiere a new trailer with a look ahead at all of the content coming to Hitman 3 during the Season of Pride. See it first on the Hitman YouTube channel, or the official YouTube channel. Yeah, you can go check that out if you want to, for be the first place you can see all the roadmap stuff like that. But I'll be covering it in more detail as well if you want that as well. So stay tuned on Monday for the DLC video, and on top of that we'll be covering the roadmap video as well to show you all the content that's come up in the month of May. Then it goes on to go on to the general updates of basically what's in the patch notes itself. So from the top it says challenges fixed. It says we've resolved issues that would prevent players from unlocking the following challenges, which is Cleaning Up Challenge, which is in Colorado, Electric Boogie Challenge, which is in the Nighttime Marrakesh mission, the Urine for It Challenge, which is on the Sapienza Landslide mission, the Estate Wines Challenge in Mendoza, and Got My Broomstick for Carpathian Mountains. We've also fixed the issue that prevented the Bullet Train a trophy / achievement from unlocking. So a lot of people have been complaining about that. I know that because people have been saying it on my my videos. So yeah, I'm glad they fixed all these challenges. It would help me actually get 100% now. Actually, no, because yeah, the elusive target last week, it was supposed to finish on the Monday, but apparently, well, I know it's not apparently because I know it for a fact. It's the elusive target left early. I planned to do it on the Monday during a live stream, and I couldn't get around to doing it because the elusive target was gone. And even the very same day, IO Interactive tweeted that you have 24 hours remaining, and people were complaining in the replies saying the elusive target's gone, we can't play it. But they never acknowledged it or you know, extended it for any, I don't know. But I've always going to have that missed in my elusive targets list now. Yes, I've already completed it, but I did that on PC, so it was just a little bit different. So I wanted to get that done on console, but unfortunately I'm always going to have that missed thing on there now, because I was planning to do it on that Monday and it was gone. But anyway, moving on. That's just a bit of personal information anyway. Next is the notebook challenges. We've fixed an issue where completed challenges were still shown as locked when viewed via the in-game notebook. Players would previously need to save / load or restart the mission to see accurate challenges displayed during the mission, even though completion status was correctly being tracked. So a lot of people have been saying this to me as well. They were saying that they've completed the challenge, done it exactly the same way, but it's not popping up for them. But yeah, that would be getting your challenges fixed. This patch will fix that problem. Next, it goes on to Legacy Lighting Pass. We've adjusted and tweaked various lighting issues across locations from Hitman 1 and Hitman 2. Only the ICA facility and New York have not had any changes made to related to lighting. Our focus was to tweak extremely bright reflections or glows, transitioning between dark and bright areas, navigating / seeing textures in dark areas, and to ensure that screen space reflections look as expected with these changes. I was afraid they was going to do this. Because Travis was on about in the live stream, he said that they was going back on Hitman 2 and Hitman 2 missions within Hitman 3. But this problem exists in Hitman 3 maps as well. Dartmoor, for example. There's multiple. Mendoza's another one. I even did it in my review, showing these locations where it's like extremely bright, and you see a massive bloom and stuff like that. It's overdone. It's auto exposure is also really massively overdone as well. So I'm not sure why they've just done Hitman 1 and 2 maps and they've completely neglected Hitman 3 maps. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Surely it was a global problem, but I don't know. I'm not a developer, I'm not a lighting expert or anything like that, but it goes on to say legacying the load areas. We've made changes to resolve an issue that would prevent players from saving / loading when using items from Hitman 1 or Hitman 2. Basically the one with the load failed error message that asked you to check that you had access to specific content. So people were trying to load up content and it was saying you don't have that particular mission, even though you do. That's been fixed. Next one is a big fix as well. NPCs that ignore toilets. Toilets are now more appealing to anyone affected by emetic poison. In other words, we've resolved an issue where NPCs would prefer to use a rubbish bin / trash can rather than the toilet to throw up. Now they will use the more logical choice more often. So a lot of people have been trying to get the Hold My Hair challenge completed for multiple maps, and you know, you're taking out the target with the emetic gun or using rat poison or whatever, and they'll go to the bathroom, and on the way there they'll be sick in some random bin. Or they'll even go into the bathroom, which is worse. They'll go into the bathroom and puke in the bin rather than puking in the logical sense of the toilet, because there's a toilet right there. Like a lot often there's going to be a trash can right next to the toilet, but they'd be sick in the bin, and it's infuriating. Really is frustrating. So it's been fixed, so happy hunting with all the Hold Your Hair challenges completed. Next is a leaderboard percentiles. We've fully implemented a new feature to the detailed score screen to give an at-a-glance look at how your score compares to the selected leaderboard. It's also possible to see where the majority of players rank for each mission. Minimap overlay. We've resolved a minor issue where icons near the minimap had prompts that could overlap when viewing the inventory. I personally haven't seen that one myself. Seeker 1 out. We've changed the properties of the Seeker 1 emetic gun to fix an issue where it could not be selected in offline mode. I have noticed this though, because I was doing a mission like last week, offline mode, and yeah, I wanted to use the Seeker and I couldn't do it. It wasn't there. Same thing with the Taunton as well. Yeah, odd. Next, it goes on to mention the Taunton. Actually, Taunton Seeker. We've resolved an issue that would cause the inventory images of the Seeker 1 and the Taunton dart gun to be swapped, depending on what was unlocked and in what order. So that's been fixed now. Identical explosives. We've tweaked the inventory images for the ICA explosive images so that they better reflect the in-game versions. It would be cool or helpful as well if they actually showed like a side-by-side there of the actual change rather than just saying it, but never mind, it's alright. PS5 Game Help. We've resolved an issue where placeholder text was showing for some steps of the PS5 Game Help. It had nothing to do with our pet cat. Excuse me? I don't know, some of these are inside jokes that we just don't understand. Caught bald-headed. Agent 47's bald head will no longer poke out of the top of the Archean tuxedo suit. So excellent news. Because that used to bother me a lot with the Archean tuxedo. I think I actually mentioned this in the suit showcase, actually. I can't remember now, but yeah. They fixed the elite disguise for Isle of Skill, and now they fixed this as well, which is good. Next is Featured Contract Awards. We've tidied up how the Featured Contract Awards challenges are being tracked to fix a few issues. Some context. Our intention at launch was for players to complete unique featured contracts to earn the different milestone rewards, 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. However, it was possible to reach these milestones by repeating the same contract. After reverting back to the intended structure, it caused a few irregularities on the challenge progress, depending on the extent of the player's progress. Here's what will happen in the release of patch 3.30. Players who have reached the specified milestones when 3.30 is released will earn the related unlocks. Example, if you currently have 32 out of 30 contracts completed and no way to earn the unlock, 3.30 will grant you that unlock and mark the challenge as complete. All uncompleted featured contract award challenges will accurately display the number of unique featured contracts that have been completed. Example, if you have played this same contract 29 out of 30 times at launch, 3.30 will adjust that challenge progress to 1 out of 30. The idea here is that we want to keep the intended structure of these challenges going forward, but without punishing players who played the rules at launch. So you was able to basically get an easy contract, which I did myself for a few times personally. I think it was an ICA facility, no, final test featured contract, that's what it was. And I just basically did that like 5 times in a row to get a quick unlock. I think it was a shotgun or something, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm guilty of it myself, but yeah, they fixed it all now. Featured contract counter. We've resolved an issue that could prevent the first completed featured contract from being registered on the featured contracts track counters that could lead to irregularities in the progression itself. FC disconnect. We've resolved an issue that could cause players to disconnect while completing a featured contract. The contract completion was properly registered in the featured contracts track challenges, but any unlocks that have been awarded were not granted. Queued queues. So we've made some changes to ensure that the proper audio cues play when unlocking new items through mastery unlocks or when new complications for escalations are introduced. Next is called Already Registered. We've updated the error message players receive when trying to log into their IO Interactive account and are told that they are already registered but unable to log in. Players are now told that they need to visit the IO Interactive account website and log in using their preferred platform. This was mostly occurring for PC players who had previously signed up for an IO Interactive account but are playing Hitman 3 on Epic for the first time. Xbox One rendering quality. We've added a rendering quality toggle to the options graphics menu on the Xbox One X and Xbox One S that allows players to choose between high quality or high frame rate modes. Next is a brief moment. We've resolved an issue that could cause in-game dialogue to continue after entering the inventory wheel and then choosing an item to store in a briefcase. It's intended that the entire game is paused when players are in all inventory menus. I'm not necessarily sure if it's completely necessary to pause the entire game in the inventory screen. And you could slow the game down. You don't have to completely pause the game, but yeah, I understand really. Never mind. Challenge filter. This is a good challenge, good little addition. We've added a new option to the challenge menus that will make it easier to filter the challenges depending on what you want to see. So that little filter they got there, nice little change. As long as that's permanent, so every time you go in there, it will only show uncompleted until you've changed it. That will be a good little change there. Colorblind guards. We've adjusted the guard dialogue lines that trigger when they're hunting 47 to more accurately describe the suit he was wearing. In some cases, certain suits would trigger placeholder dialogue lines describing 47 in the Requiem suit. Precision aim. When aiming on a controller, you can now press L1/LB to activate the marksman perk, which will improve your aim and slow down time. This has been implemented as part of an important change for Nintendo Switch players, but will work for other controllers and platform too. The in-game UI and controller mapping will still show R2/RT as the default option for non-Switch players, but we've noted it here, seeing as the option will be available. So instead of holding down, half squeezing the trigger to slow down time on console, you can now hold L1 to do it. I think it's a good change, actually, in all honesty, because people have a sensitivity issue with some of their controllers, so not everyone can do it properly. So it's a good change, I think. Typo thief. We've fixed the typo in the description of the Taunton dart gun from steel to... yeah, okay. Tactical placeholder. We've updated the description of the tactical turtleneck suit in the inventory to remove the placeholder text. I feel like some of these things that are added in the patch notes are just really not necessary to put in there, really. Like, I understand you've made the change, but you don't have to list every single little thing. But here I am reading it all anyway. The irony. Okay, poison pen. We've updated the Italian description for the Syringo emetica and Forma di Pena ICA to better reflect that it is an emetic device, not lethal. Well, I'll probably just butchered that entire Italian sentence, so... Okay. Stability improvements. We've resolved issues that could cause the in-game to crash or be unstable. We've updated the credits to reflect the work done since the last patch. Okay. Then these are location-specific changes. So, 7DS in Dubai, exiting Dubai. We've resolved an issue where the unique exit music from the grid enumeration would trigger when exiting the Dubai location in content not associated with the DLC. I found that quite funny. 7DS Voice of Greed. We've made a change so that the dialogue from the greed enumeration now stops playing when players skip at the end cutscene. Cool. The sound of carpet. We've resolved an issue that could prevent carpet sound effects from playing in Dubai. There was nothing wrong with the carpet itself, but 47 was not quite touching the carpet. That's an interesting one. I haven't noticed that at all. Next is the location of Dartmoor. Best intentions. We've fixed the typo in the subtitles near the end of the means, motive and opportunity mission story. We're not going to tell you too much about it because spoilers. Left in suspense. We've resolved an issue where Agent 47 gets stuck on vaulting over walls in Dartmoor, especially near the trophy room. Yes, I've actually experienced this myself. I don't have a recording of it, but yeah, basically the room that's is it Rebecca goes into? Yeah, it's Rebecca, and she's got that bodyguard there. Just around the side, there's like a plant there. You just climb over the wall, and I got stuck there. Yeah, I think that's exactly the spot that they're talking about as well. Hang down. We fixed an issue where the phone in the lawyer's office was always standing up. My room. We've fixed an issue where 47 can be spotted through a wall in Alexa's bedroom. Okay. I think I've noticed that myself as well. So okay, I can actually pinpoint these things. Awesome. Berlin, there's no specific patches, no specific changes for Berlin, so that's okay. So next is Chongqing in China. It says a very observant lady. We've reinforced some of the walls in the restaurant to prevent NPCs seeing through 47 through specific walls. We've resolved an issue where some buildings in the background of Chongqing appear to be made of paper or not connected to one another. That's the 2D effects, which you ain't supposed to see. Never mind, that's alright. We understand performance issues and stuff like that. You don't have to completely render everything in. Wetsuits. We've removed a layer of waterproof coating from the Raver suit, Futo suit, Freedom Phantom suit, and a Lynch suit so that they look wet when outdoors in the Chongqing rain. Same goes for 47's head. I really wish they'd implement this rain in Haven Island. I think that would be a cool addition, I think. What do you guys think? Next is apartment stalkers. We've fixed in a few tiny holes in the walls of the apartment staircase that allowed eagle-eyed NPCs to see 47 performing illegal actions. They could probably see him perform legal actions too, but nobody reported that as a problem. Inside Rain Out, we've tweaked a few things that could so that players no longer hear the outside sounds of rain and traffic from certain spaces in the facility in Chongqing. Next is the Mendoza changes. So villa on top, we've tweaked the drain pipes on the villa roof to make sure they're visible from all angles. Legal rifles. Sniper rifles are now considered to be illegal when carried in any outfit in Mendoza to be consistent with all other locations. So you can't carry a sniper rifle on your back anymore, no matter what disguise you wear. I think you can probably still do it on casual mode though. I'm not completely certain on that though. Don't quote me on that. Next is Carpathia Mountains. In Probable Prolof, we've tweaked some of the parameters of the Prolof parable to allow players to earn the Silent Assassin rating on all 3 levels. That's an interesting one, because I remember level 2 you just sliced everyone with a sword. So I'm interested to see what changes they've made there to get a Silent Assassin on that one. That would be cool to check out. Again, Sega 300 Arctic, we tweaked the inventory image of the Sega 3 Arctic to better reflect the suppressor on the weapon. Wasn't it all just like a white wrapping around it with like some string tied it on it? I think it looked alright. Hope they haven't butchered that. Legacy location changes, Hitman 1 and Hitman 2. Marrakesh, Zaydan's prisoner, we've put the bag back on the prisoner's head. Nice. Sapienza solo personnel autorizzato. Maybe I've said that right, maybe I've said it wrong, I don't know. Some Italians will let me know in the comments. We've fixed a sign on the door of the cave tunnel that would only be visible when the door was open. Washington in Isle of Scale. We've updated the description for the Ghost of Janus Past challenge to have the correct spelling of Sophia Washington. Again, it's just not something that's necessarily needed to be included in the patch notes, I don't think. Next is the virtual reality updates. Font eligibility, we've made tweaks to the font colors to make them more easier to read, depending on the background color. Textures, we've fixed several issues that were causing missing textures, visual issues, and other environmental art issues when playing in PSVR. Next is the Nintendo Switch. We've added a toggle to enable performance mode at 720p 60 FPS over the default option of 1080p 30 FPS. Precision Fire, we've added the steady aim feature to the L button on the Nintendo Switch that allows you to improve your aim and slow down time when aiming with a sniper rifle with the marksman perk, especially useful for the sniper assassin game mode and certain mission stories. The in-game UI and controller maps will display this accurately. Helpful note, it's possible to toggle whether you hold the tap ZL in order to aim a weapon. Look for the toggle aim option in options, gameplay, weapons aim. Note this won't affect 47's aiming when throwing. This will still require the player to hold the button to remove 47's throwing arc. Dubai demo. We've added a new 10-minute trial available for all Nintendo Switch players, allowing them to experience the new performance mode on the opening level of the game Dubai. And next is Stadia. Do people even still play that on that platform? So we've resolved an issue that could cause dialogue and gunshots to be heavily muffled and choosing the default starting location in Dubai. We've added the name of the in-game location, Dubai, Dartmoor, etc. to state share captures, and we've made a change to the consistency with how the game handles the game save file that includes items that are more unique to each game from the trilogy. And that covers everything. It says known issues. We're always listening to feedback and tracking the issues that get reported. If you've encountered an issue that with Hitman 3 and want to tell us about it, please first check the official known issues list through the Hitman 3 player support for an updated list, where you can also submit the bug report as well. So they have an official place to send all this stuff now. So they have some outstanding issues there, which I can name off the top of the bat. It says they have HDR issues, audio cutoffs, challenging challenges. It says we're aware of several challenges having issues unlocking the following challenges, which is the Jig Is Up, Showstopper, and the Rent Due. So they're tracking those. We're aware of a specific Twitter user who's having issues unlocking the following challenge, which is a versatile assassin. It is being investigated. So, whenever I Interactive makes a tweet, someone posts their complaint about the about the versatile assassin challenge not working, and I think I Interactive most of the time would just ignore them and put them on like one of them soft blocks. What they're called now? It's like a silent. It's like a mute. I think they muted them, but yeah, at least they're investigating to try and figure out what the problem is, and hopefully they can fix it for the guy. I think he's been having the issues way back from Hitman 2, but overall, there's multiple ones here as well. They go on to mention stuff like camera shoulder swap. It says Hitman 3 does not currently allow players to toggle the shoulder camera. This was intentionally changed to only be possible when in combat. Player feedback on this change is noted. It's noted, but are they actually going to fix it? But yeah, it's interesting, all this stuff. Hopefully they get all this stuff sorted out for next time. But overall, that's all there is to cover. On Monday, obviously, there's going to be the roadmap proper that's going to come out to list all the new content that's coming out in the month of May for the next 5 weeks or so. I'll be sure to do a detailed video on that when all the information comes out. And there's DLC on Monday as well, so yeah, plenty to look forward to. So that's going to do it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments of these patch notes. And a big shout out to Paul Lilly, Big D, Bedry, Argel, Mark Davis, Constantine Mueller, Isaiah Blake, Nico Senpai, and Ass A, Chris This, JD, Ryan Ortiz, and the True Gamer for becoming top tier Psycho Assassin members. I really do appreciate you all. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to the channel, hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel like all the others by clicking the join button below or clicking the link in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.